You know, they say you should always be careful what you say on air. Just have a look at this little clip from a recent Q&A video I did.
Motorbike Mara, question. If given a choice of V-Strom GS, KTM, SAS, Tiger Pro or the Pan America, which would you choose? Deliberately left the Africa out as you have one. Pan America, I've still not had the pleasure of riding. I really want to ride one. I really want to ride one, and I want to ride it properly, you know, getting it dirty like this. So please, Harley, I know you got in touch with me once upon a time to ask me to do this, and then you never followed it through, so I'm still here waiting. Pan America, so that's that. Yes, I would love to.
Because today's video is brought to you by the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special. Well, thank you very much for being here. My name's RichyVida. Today's video is a different one. The only Harley I've ever ridden properly was from a subscriber, actually, and it was the Sportster Iron, and I loved it, actually. 883 Iron. He let me have that for months. And then I very briefly rode a very good friend of mine's, oh sorry, no, I've ridden 3 now altogether, so I very briefly rode a friend of mine's CVO Special, I think it was, but I mean very super briefly, 10 minutes. And then another guy that rides with us and came with us to Spain a couple of years ago, Lee Cooper, hi pal if you're watching, he let me very briefly again ride his, I can't remember what model that was, Road Glide I think, in Spain, very briefly one morning before we all set off on a big ride. And today I am on, for the very first time, a Pan America, and it's the Pan America 1250 Special. Having said that on that video, that I've never had the pleasure of riding a Pan America, which I've been looking forward to doing, I find myself now aloft one. And I've got to say, first impressions, very bloody comfy. And I do love the fact that when you drop below 5 miles an hour, the suspension lowers. So for when you're coming up to a stop, like now, you're completely sure flat-footed. And then when you get back up, the little icon goes off and the bike rises back up again. That's brilliant. I think most bikes should do that, because there's a lot of bikes now that are just too big for a lot of people. And this too is a big bike, but that really makes it feel like it's a small bike. I've not altered any suspension settings or anything yet. I've not really done anything with it. I've ridden it a couple of times in the wet, and I've gone through ride modes. That's another first impression. The ride modes on this bike are completely like chalk and cheese, which is brilliant. Rain mode is so like, well, almost slow. And careful, the whole point of putting a bike in rain mode is because you're unsure of the surface being slippy or not. Well, in rain mode, there's no chance that you could slip. There's not enough juice coming through the back end to let you slip. I've not ridden the off-road mode. I've got, I think there's like 80/20 tyres on at the moment. Not sure what they are, but I will confirm. So I don't want to really do too much off-road on it. But I would like to have one with 50/50 tyres on and properly take it off-road. I would definitely like to do that. So I've not done the off-road modes. The road mode is what I'm in now. And it's so quick, like so quick. I think 150 brake horsepower from the 1250 motor. So it's not a slouch at all. And then you go up and get another notch to sport mode, and it's unbelievably quick. Unbelievably quick. Like, it shocked me how quick it is for such a big bike. Some people don't like the looks of the Pan America. I like it when a company can be that bold, where they go, no, don't need it to look pretty. They're bold enough to be able to say, instead of wasting our attention on, you know, making it look beautiful, we'll direct our attention elsewhere and make it be good at what it does. I'm yet to find that out, of course, but right now, look, my legs are bent. The dash is lovely. There's another thing that I don't know if I'm right about this, but I can't find a way. It seems you can either have metric or normal. Now, normal is miles per hour and Fahrenheit. So we're 48 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment. In the UK, we want Celsius. But to have it in Celsius, you have to have the speedo in kilometres. I can't find a way to separate that. I'm sure if there is a way, someone's going to pop along and tell me. But at the moment, yeah, can't find that out, which is a bit weird. So at the moment I'm having to do my maths, leave it in miles per hour and do my maths from Fahrenheit. So 52 Fahrenheit, that's what, 22 and half that, 11 degrees. So it's 11 degrees Celsius. There or thereabouts. I've just come down here to see how busy the barber's is, because I need to get my hair did. If it is busy now, I'll carry on going for a ride and chatting to you fine people. It's got a quick shifter, it's got a 21 litre tank. The heater grips are on and burning. The side view from the throttle side is stunning. The engine is a work of art. Let's have a look what the barber shop's looking like. There are quite a few in, not going. I'll talk to you guys instead. Yeah, I'll pull up and show you in a sec. I'm sure the sound's going to be really good today because of this big, I was going to say monstrosity of a screen in front of me, but I won't say that. I'm not a fan of these big screens, to be honest, but genuinely, can't feel anything sat back here. Can't feel anything. I could probably ride with my visor up and I'd be alright. I prefer the short screen where you feel all of it. But it is nice. I had someone message me, an owner, the other day to say that don't ride it at night because the lights are dangerously bad. But I will do, just to see, because I do like riding at night. So hopefully at the end of this video we'll have a night view as well. It's got cornering lights, I've noticed, and that was just when it was going dusk last night. You could see the lights popping up through the, the reflections on the screen there. You've got all the media dial there on your right hand. I have got my phone connected. I downloaded the Harley-Davidson app just to be able to do that. So I could use maps. I'm not sure what they're like. Again, we'll have a look into that in a second. The seat is amazingly comfy, actually. The quality of everything looks really, really good. This bike's done about 5,000 miles, I think. 5,471 miles. And I've done, so far, 41 miles. I've got to try and beat 500 miles while I've got it, and I'll tell you about that at the end. It'll make sense. I'm quite concerned, actually. If you're saying it's done 5,500 miles, I noticed the spokes on the back wheel. The wheels look stunning, and that's when I was down there admiring the wheels. I noticed the spokes, and they look not in a very good way, actually. Quite rusty, and they don't look in a good way. But we will have a look at all the fixtures and fittings in a sec. I've got the panniers and top box with it, and they fit really well as well. And they just click off. There's no racking or anything like that. It's just you remove the panniers and there's nothing there. So I like that. Yeah, 150 horsepower. I'm sure this off-road is a beast. About 260 kilos if I remember rightly. I will double check. And 17,000 of your hard-earned British pounds. I've actually got this bike till the end of January, so I'm hoping to get quite a bit done on it. Like I say, there are a few bits that are questionable, but like this, for instance, the battery is down, right down behind the belly pan. I mean, you can almost see the terminals like exposed. What happens in the pouring rain? Or if you go through a ford? It's got to be fine. It's got to be fine, but I don't know. It seems a bit weird to me. I'd be panicking. It's all keyless. The grips are just about manageable now on number 1. 1 of 3. Oh, the turning circle is amazing. Right, really good. Look at that. Look how tight that is. Oh, and another thing that I think is absolutely brilliant. Why don't all manufacturers do this? Because we all fall foul of this. I'm going to put the side stand down, drop it onto the side stand, turn her off. Oops. And look, can't roll off of the side stand. It locks it. It locks it in place when it's down. Why don't they all do that? Yeah, I'll show you the bits I was talking about. You get quite a lot of wind protection from behind that flared out bit there. This side looks beautiful. 1250 Revolution Max. What a work of art that is. I love it. So yeah, the wheels, as I was saying, they're all branded, look, Harley-Davidson. The tyres as well. Harley-Davidson tyres, made by Michelin, yeah, Michelin. But yeah, look at the spokes, can you see? They're in quite a bad way, actually. Not in a good way at all. I don't know if they just need polishing up or what, but at the moment they look quite rough. The wheels, however, are stunning. Absolutely stunning. I do like it a lot. Seat is properly comfy. I like as well how the stand, you know, most stands start here, but this stand, and I guess all Harleys are like this, really far forward. I like that. Flicker on. Oh yeah, just drop down. I love that. Let's see if that barber's busy again. I've noticed that once you turn the bike off, it turns the grips off, so it doesn't come back on where you left it. I'm saying it's a big bike. It actually feels fairly small when you're on it. I'm 5'10", and I feel like I'm big on it. That makes sense. Well, this is putting it to the traffic test, isn't it? Seems to be surging a bit. Ooh, stalled. Interesting. I don't think that was me with the clutch, but it might well have been, so we'll hold judgment just in case it was. Yeah, the engine seems to be, see it going up and down a bit. Not just surging very slightly. Not many in the barbers. Squeeze in while I'm here. Well, that's a nice fresh cut, ready for the weekend. I love coming to see these down here. 20 quid, full job, hot towel at the end, shave. I could go to sleep nearly every single time I go. I could go to sleep. I don't know if it's something to do with their lights that they have in there or what, but I could go to sleep. Yeah, I always come out of there feeling like I just want to go back to bed, but nice and fresh as well at the same time. Finally out of the traffic. Well, I'm gonna go home and I'm going to pick this video up tonight when it's dark, so we can see what the lights are like and see what it's like to ride in the night time. Okay, so I'll see you in a sec. Right, welcome back. As you can see, we've turned day into night, as promised. Now, although this model, being the special, is fitted with spotlights on the front, I have them turned off at the moment, just so I can gauge what the actual lights are like. And in true form, I wanted to come into the sticks so I can check what they're like with no light pollution. So the main beam's on at the moment. That's not too bad actually. The main beam is that little bump made me voice go a bit funny. The main beam is not high enough in my opinion. That's more like headlights. There's the dipped beam. With this smoked screen, the tall smoked screen, again, I think if you were out on tour and the screen was mucky and then you were riding at night, you'd struggle a bit, because it's like riding with a dark visor on. Luckily I have my clear on at the moment. The visibility is not that great actually. That's really bad. The main beam there, sorry, the headlights there are not good at all. You really can't see far in front. The cornering lights are good. We'll turn the spotlights on in a second, see how much of a difference it makes. I don't think I could cope with just these headlights on their own. And I love night riding. Spotlights on. Ah, look at that. Ready? Ready? What's that? There's a main beam on the spotlights as well. That's not bad at all with them on. But yeah, like now for instance at night, when you're really wanting to look exactly what's in front of your wheel, it's this big dark tall screen's not very helpful. You don't really want to be looking through it. I know you can see the floor, but you kind of want to see the actual floor, not looking through the distorted perspex, do you? I find myself trying to sit really tall to look over the top. Let's turn these spots off again. See, that's just the standard lights again. They are not good at all. Look at that. Jesus. That's the standard headlight. We'll pop my visor up. Standard headlight, standard main beam. That is not. Yeah, I'm not overly excited about that. And this is, you know, just for the record, my eyesight's absolutely fine. So it's not as if I'm saying this from a position of a, you know, someone with dodgy eyes. Let me get these other lights back on. Yeah, I don't want to go far. I just wanted to be out long enough to draw a conclusion. Safe to say you would really need these spotlights, because again, you get used to it like we are now and then flick them off again, and that's what we're left with. But I don't know how well that comes across. Put it like that. Yeah, if you can see, that's what we're left with there. That's your headlights, main beam. Oops, hang on. Yeah, that with fog lights, with full fog lights. Right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching all. So this is the first of several on this Pan America. As I said before, I do have it till the end of January, so I want to make sure I put it to use. Hopefully have a bit of fun on it. But that's installment number 1 for you. Hope you've enjoyed it. On board this Pan America 1250 special. Get them turned off so I don't get shouted at. Get that off. That's it. Oh, and after speaking to a couple of my Harley friends, in fact the 2 that I mentioned earlier on in the video, that's Beans and Lee. Yeah, they both confirmed that you either have miles per hour and Fahrenheit, and at the moment we are 50 degrees. We're at 50 degrees today. So what's that in real money? That will be 50 degrees, 20 degrees, half that, 10 degrees, approximately 10 degrees Celsius. You either have miles per hour and Fahrenheit or kilometers and Celsius, and there's no way of separating it, which is a bit annoying, but I guess it's one of those things. Harley's American, so in America they have miles per hour and Fahrenheit. There we go, finished off with a little night ride just to test the lights. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on this bike sometime soon. Be good, be careful, be kind.